Welcome to another metal detecting with Silvermain, digging up my ancestors edition. This time we go on to my mother's side of the family, and to be specific, we're going to be focusing on my great-great-grandfather, Ole Julson. This time a Norwegian, and this is a place I have not hunted very often. Matter of fact, I haven't hunted it in 4 years. But this time I'm going to try to really find something and show you what I find, regardless if I find a coin or not. And now on to a little bit of a history about my immigrant ancestor.
Ole Julson was born Ole Peterson Loveland on January 5, 1834 in Gran Oppland, Norway, the son of Peter and Marie Julson Loveland. In May of 1849, he, along with his brothers and sisters and his parents, boarded the brig Vesta, departing from the port of Christiania, sailing to New York City, arriving on June 28, 1849. From there, they went to settle Newport, Wisconsin later that year. During the 1850s, Ole went by the name of Peterson until his marriage to Caroline Madison in 1861 and settling in New Haven. It was after that he changed his name from Peterson to Julson because there were already a number of Ole Petersons in the area. It was on this farm that he raised 2 boys and 2 girls and stayed on it until his death on February 27, 1911. This farm has been in the Julson family for 5 generations up to this present day, as you can tell from this plat map overlay to modern time. Here we have a picture of the farm as it stood in its zenith during the late 1800s. And there we fast forward to 1990 as the structure was about to be dismantled. And as you can see, here's the transition from that time to this present day and the area that I will be hunting.
Well, I'm here today to do the Julson farm, or what's left of it. My luck last time I didn't find very much. I don't know if I'll find very much again, but I'll show you whatever the results are regardless of how good or how bad I do. And just to show you over there, that's where our house used to stand, next to that big tree over there, and there's a find over there I'm going to film later. A rusty find, but an interesting one nevertheless. And I'll show you probably up close why hunting around where the actual house is not very fruitful. And I'll get back to you as soon as I do that. And I'm sitting next to the old tree, and there's why. It is so thick with branches and stuff, but right before you is where the house stood. You probably see a little bit of metal debris over there. It's just way too thick. There might be other areas on the other side. I haven't tried it yet. I may try it, I may not try it. But I just wanted to get a good close-up example of what the old house, where it was, where it is now, and the old tree right here. And all I've been able to find is an old animal trap. So, there you go, folks. Just thought I'd show you one of the finds I had before and I put aside a long time ago. It's an old animal trap. How do you like that? That's a pretty interesting junk find. But I hope I can get more stuff later. No chances that I'm finding any coins yet, but I'm going to keep trying as long as I can. I'll get back to you. The house roughly stood over there. Current owners are there. And this is looking out toward the street, but I didn't get much of anything, but just what looks like a twisted spoon or some other kind of utensil. I don't know. It's, again, destroyed by plows. But it is a find. So I'm still looking for a coin. We'll keep hunting. Get back to you. Again, with the telltale signs, we have another piece of plate. So, again, we look for plate. Your other telltale sign again, rock pottery, never fails. Get back to you. Well, we got another item today. Well, again, just like at the Geyer farm, a fragment of a harmonica reed. So, keep on searching. Don't know if I'll find anything as far as a coin, but I'm trying. And maybe just a bunch of junk I'm finding today, but this is my one chance to try. Get back to you. Well, it's no coin, but it came up as something like a nickel, so I think it's probably a button or part of something like that. I don't know, but we'll find out. Get back to you. Well, I got something. I thought it was a coin at first, but it's a token. Not sure what it says. It's for groceries. Coin or not, it's a good find. I bet you it probably dates back to a certain year, and hopefully that's what it's got on it. But I guess we'll find out when we take it home. Made my trip worth it out here. I finally got something, even if it wasn't a coin. A token is a good runner-up. So, I'm going to keep looking. I'll probably be here for a while too now. I wasn't sure I was going to stay too long, but with this find, this makes it worth at least giving it another shot and keep rummaging around here. I might just find something really good. Hopefully a coin, hopefully silver, but you never know. Well, got my first old find here, the second time around, and I have no clue as to what it is, what purpose it serves, or any of that. All I know is it's an older item. You got me. I'll get back to you as soon as I find something similar or good. Well, at least I got something here today. I had to go into the taller grass to find it. Thought I might have had a good something, but well, it's some kind of gear. I don't know to what exactly, but I would imagine maybe a clock. Who can say for sure? But it's my first find here in the third try, and I'm going to keep doing it until it's close to dark. So I'll get back to you if I find anything else, and hope I can find a coin in here, but we'll see. Well, I find another piece here finally. Looks like an old piece of a lantern. At least I'm assuming that's what it is. Maybe I'll have a date out of something out of this today, but we'll have to wait and see. But at least it's a find. Keep looking. I'll get back to you if I find anything else. But still a little difficult, but I'm in the higher grass, and hopefully I'm not wasting my time. But we'll see. Get back. Well, looks like I found another piece of what probably is an eating utensil. Don't know if it has any ornate design or not, but we'll wash her up and take a look at it when we get home. I guess you would call that a good find, but I'm still looking for a coin, so I'm going to keep searching in this area since I now coughed up several relics instead of going out in the farm field. So we'll keep trying. Here we go, another harmonica reed. I'm pretty certain I can probably pull a coin out of here, but no guarantees, folks. I'm just finding a lot of older relics in this particular part of the land, so we're kind of, I think, west of the house a little bit, but I'm going to keep looking. Here we go again. Now we're getting somewhere. We got what looks like a suspender buckle of some kind. I wish it had writing on it, but it's a nice find though. I like it. If I can keep getting stuff here, I will probably stick in this area. It's a little bit of a grassy area next to where the house was. No telling if I'll find anything else, but at least the relics have becoming more frequent in this area than any other. So I'll keep trying, and I'll report back to you if I get anything else. Alright. Well, looks like we found another part of the harmonica reed, and earlier I found this spoon. So, we're still finding stuff. I'm going to still stick around here. I got to check my time. I might be running out, but turned out to be a good relic hunt. Still not finding a coin, but I guess that's okay. At least I'm finding more stuff than I did out in the field. So I'll get back. One find on the Julson farm I forgot to film is this axe head. And looks like it's lost a little bit of its edge, but boy, I wonder what made it bad on that side. Another good experiment for the electrolysis in the future. A good find. And now for a compilation of all the finds on the last 3 hunts. Well, here are the results from the Ole Julson farm hunt, and there's not much really to speak of. What I thought might be a jar lid could be part of something else completely. I have no idea because of the 2 holes. We have a portion of an old lamp. Fortunately, the knob, which would usually have a date or a manufacturer, is not on there. Here's a gear of some kind. I thought it might be part of a timepiece, but who can say for sure? What looks like a bullet casing has something completely different. It has a letter H on the back, so I'm not sure if that is a bullet casing or not. Some other pieces of metal, a grommet, perhaps part of a, I don't know, maybe a tent or an awning, who knows. We have a eating utensil fragment, no real design to really speak of. Here's another one that was mangled by plows over the years, and that was the first find I showed you. Another odd piece of metal. Here we've got 3 pieces of a harmonica reed, which is interesting. Again, I don't know what this piece is, but if anybody could tell me, I would greatly appreciate it. And here is a suspender buckle. It's got a little bit of a design on it, kind of a cool piece. And then below it we've got 3 fragments from a decorative plate. Fortunately, no maker's mark to really compare it to. Part of a broken bottle, and the nozzle is usually a good way of dating some finds too, but I don't know much about that. And then we have pieces of crock pottery, of which one specifically looks like some kind of manufacture date. And I'm starting to wonder if it could be also related with this next piece, which is the star of our show, and more about this in our next segment.
Now a little bit about the token I found on the Julson farm. On the front it has at the top Union, an American Eagle emblem, and below, even though you can't see it, it has a date of 1863. On the opposite side we have, and it's a little obscured on one side of the token, but it says E. Dixon and Sons, Dry Goods, Groceries, Boots and Shoes, Kilbourne City, Wisconsin. Now this token is a Civil War token. Civil War tokens are token coins that were privately minted and distributed in the United States between 1861 and 1864. They were used mainly in the Northeast and Midwest. The widespread use of these tokens was a result of the scarcity of government-issued cents during the Civil War. Civil War tokens became illegal after the United States Congress passed a law on April 22, 1864, prohibiting the issue of any 1 or 2 cent coins, tokens, or devices for use as currency. On June 8, 1864, an additional law was passed that forbade all private coinage. Civil War tokens are divided into 3 types: store cards, like this one is, patriotic tokens, I guess that would fit this category too, and settler tokens. All 3 types were utilized as currency and are differentiated by their designs. The collectible value of the tokens are determined chiefly by their rarity. A.C. Dixon. At Kilbourne City, hardly any name is more suggestive of able business enterprise and permanence in mercantile activities than that of Dixon. A.C. Dixon is at the head of the old house of A.C. Dixon and Son, dry goods, clothing, carpets, shoes, and groceries, drugs, with trade also in lime, cement, and tile. mill feeds, and poultry foods. For more than a half century, A.C. Dixon has been identified with commercial and larger business developments of this part of the country. Adam Church Dixon was born May 5, 1837, at Cornwall, Canada. His parents were James Edward and Maggie Pabst Dixon, the former being born September 1815 and the latter in 1825. In 1857, the father and the children emigrated from London to Canada, then on to Kilbourne, Wisconsin. Besides the father and Adam C., there were Edward, Abraham, and Frederick, and Maggie and Victoria. After their arrival in Columbia County, the Dixons engaged in the mercantile business in the old hydraulic building at Kilbourne under the firm name of J.E. Dixon and Sons. In the fire of 1866, building and goods were completely destroyed, and after that disaster, Adam C. Dixon went into business for himself, and for the past 57 years has been one of the active leaders in commercial affairs at Kilbourne. While his energies have been absorbed by commerce, he has not neglected community interests, and for 40 years served as district school treasurer, was for 4 years postmaster during Cleveland's second administration, and for 15 years was town chairman. He is one of the staunch Democrats in this part of Columbia County. His church affiliation is with St. Paul's Episcopal Church, while fraternally his relations are with the Lodge, Chapter, and Knight Templar Commandery of the Masonic Order. On December 24, 1862, at Kilbourne, A.C. Dixon married Frances Anna Tanner, daughter of Captain John and Anne Bull Tanner. The Tanner family came from Albion, New York, to Kilbourne in 1855, and the first hotel kept in that village was known as the Tanner House. That old landmark is still standing at its original location, but is now called the French House. To the marriage of A.C. Dixon and wife were born the following children, all at Kilbourne, and dates of birth are as follows. James Frederick, September 21st, 1863. John Tanner, October 20th, 1865. Edwin Church, February 6, 1868. Jenny Francis, September 17, 1872. And Anna Louise, September 5th, 1876. All this is taken from a history of Columbia County, Wisconsin, a narrative account of its historical progress, its people, and its principal interests. Volume 2, James Edwin Jones, Lewis Publishing Company, 1914.
Well, there you have it, the Ole Julson farm hunt. And what I've learned about my ancestor is that somebody knew how to play a harmonica, and somebody had a real bad day, judging from the way that axe head looked on the blunt end. And ironically, I learned more about the business proprietor on the token in his family history than my own. But I say this farm has a lot of potential to find some good stuff. The only problems being that there's a lot of high grass, and with a lot of high grass comes a lot of ticks. I had to pull a few of them off me. So the next time I try to hunt this place, I'm going to become more prepared. Have some DEET or some other kind of tick repellent on me, and some adequate clothing to prevent as much as possible. As you know, there's a lot of deer ticks out there with Lyme's disease, and I don't want to take a chance at that if I can help it. But this is a place I really want to hunt, and there will be a sequel to this video, a follow-up, you might say. So, until next time, this is Silvermain signing off, saying, may all your finds be silver.